Hi, it's Keith Ross, one of the founders of Mount Grace Land Conservation Trust. It's an exciting organization. It's just done unbelievable work over so many years, and I remember the years I worked there, and it was really great to be able to pass the organization on to Leigh, who's done such a great job as well. And I know that when Leigh passes the organization on to the next executive director, they'll continue to be a successful organization. I took a job with the New England Forestry Foundation, so we had to find a new executive director. And before I took that job, Leigh showed up one day at the office in New Salem there at the Chisholm House, and she had been interested in land conservation, and she was doing her own education program at UMass, University Without Walls, and designing the courses that she wanted to take. She'd been a long-time administrator in Ware for the Conservation Commission. She had a really good conservation ethic. She was fearless talking with people, which was an important thing. So she used to show up, and we'd go walking up and down North Main Street there, talking about conservation, talking about projects. And I thought she was going to be a capable person. So when I let the board know that I was going to be leaving, I was suggesting that, they hire Leigh Youngblood to replace me. There were always different projects that we did. I mean, we started doing them together, and then when I moved out, she just kept doing them, and we would stay in touch, because there was a lot of information I knew about people and about projects, and she was just moving into this area from Ware, so it took her a while to get to know a lot of people, but she was good at that. And, for a year or two, we would chat, on different approaches for different projects. I was always willing to let her know what I knew, but she was very creative and had lots of energy to do this work, and at the same time raised, 3 or 4 boys, I think, by herself, so we were fortunate. We had a good board of directors, local people that were really interested and involved. No, I thought Leigh was going to be terrific, and she was, fortunately. Most of the North Quabbin region is not an area where there's a lot of capacity. There's not a lot of wealth in this region. Her ability and the staff's ability to raise funds to support as many people as you have working at the organization has always surprised me. I work with land trusts all over. There are a lot of them who are very run by volunteers with very few staff, and they're very active, and then there are some I see that, have huge staff and don't do a lot. So there's a balance there you got to find of having just the right amount of people, but not having so many that you have to spend all your time fundraising to keep them there. You need to be able to have creativity. You need to be able to go out and experiment. You need to go out and try to do projects where maybe you fail once in a while so you learn, or be successful as well. So it's that right mix that's difficult, and I've always been amazed at how well Leigh has been able to tap into other areas to secure funding necessary to maintain the staff.
Thank you, Keith Ross, for this beautiful tribute to Leigh Youngblood, and thank you to the members of the Margaret Power Biggs Society for making Mount Grace's conservation work possible.